Emotional numbness is a psychological state in which a person becomes disconnected from the intensity of their own emotions. It does not necessarily mean that emotions have disappeared. Instead, they may feel distant, muted, inaccessible, or strangely disconnected from everyday experience. A person may encounter situations that would normally produce happiness, sadness, excitement, anger, or affection, and discover that the expected emotional response is barely there. This can happen when the mind has been exposed to prolonged stress, overwhelming grief, emotional exhaustion, repeated disappointment, or experiences that felt psychologically unbearable. Emotional numbness can function as a protective response. When feeling everything becomes too painful, the mind may reduce emotional intensity as a way of creating psychological distance from the source of distress. This can initially feel like relief because painful emotions become quieter. But the protection can eventually become restrictive because emotional defenses do not always distinguish between painful feelings and positive ones. The same psychological distance that reduces sadness can also reduce joy, intimacy, motivation, excitement, and connection. A person may continue functioning normally on the outside while internally experiencing a strange sense of emptiness. They might work, socialize, complete responsibilities, and appear calm while feeling detached from everything happening around them. This is why emotional numbness can be difficult for others to recognize. It may not look like visible suffering. Sometimes it looks like indifference. The deeper problem with emotional numbness is that emotional disconnection can gradually become a habit. Constant distraction, excessive work, isolation, entertainment, or avoidance may prevent difficult feelings from reaching conscious awareness. Over time, the person can become disconnected not only from painful emotions, but also from their own needs and desires. They may struggle to identify what they want, what matters to them, or why certain experiences no longer feel meaningful. Relationships can become particularly difficult because intimacy requires emotional presence. When someone is numb, they may care about others intellectually while feeling unable to access the emotional closeness they once experienced. This can create guilt and confusion, especially when the person believes they should feel more than they do. Emotional numbness should not automatically be interpreted as a permanent condition or a sign that someone has become cold. It can be a temporary response to overwhelming circumstances, although persistent numbness may deserve professional attention, particularly when it interferes with daily life or relationships. Recovery does not require forcing emotions to return all at once. Emotional awareness often develops gradually through rest, honest reflection, meaningful connection, physical activity, creative expression, and allowing small feelings to exist without immediately suppressing them. Professional support can also help uncover what the numbness may be protecting. The goal is not to become emotionally overwhelmed again, but to regain the ability to experience emotions with greater flexibility. Emotional numbness may have developed because the mind was trying to survive something it could not comfortably process. That does not make the person broken. It means a protective mechanism may have remained active longer than necessary. Healing begins when protection slowly becomes unnecessary and emotional life becomes safe enough to return. Sometimes feeling deeply again is not a return to weakness. It is a return to being fully present in your own life.